Hello, good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Obodo Farm. How's everyone doing? You're welcome. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I hope you're doing well with your families and your loved ones. You're welcome to another show. I did yesterday when I did that impromptu video, I told you that tonight I have the most incredible story to share with you guys. I kid you not. So, I mean, the story is gonna it's a story of I will say it's a story of hope. It's a story of a mother's faith, what a mother and having faith in God did in the life of her daughter is a miracle. The story is a miracle. Okay, it's going to cover so many things that you guys tonight will be like, whoa. And one thing, if you didn't take anything from tonight's show, when you leave tonight's um show, you will know that indeed there is a God who watches over us. If you didn't believe it, you will know that this lady's story that we're sharing, her name is Elizabeth, that there is a God up there in the sky watching over you and I. I salute each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I thank you for taking the time to join me tonight. So, you know how we do it usually. I'm going to have two guests. Okay. So I've got Elizabeth is the lady that we're talking about. I've got her mother. Okay, who will be joining us shortly after I've done the intro and I've shared the story. Then she will come and then discuss with us. Then I've also got her cousin. Okay, who is in the studio now, Nancy. Her name is Nancy. Elizabeth is from Kenya. Okay, and this incident that we're talking about tonight happened in the US. All right. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Everything good with my sound? Everything good with my sound? Yeah, I told you guys that audio problem are in the past. They are in the past. Yeah. Please confirm if you can hear me. Yeah. So this is Nancy. Elizabeth is not here. Elizabeth is in Kenya. I believe she's in Kenya at the moment. But we have her mother and her cousin here. So before I proceed, I just want to encourage you. If you are not subscribed, you cannot make a comment during the live show. Thank you, Gigi. You need to subscribe. So please subscribe. If you smash that red button that you see on YouTube, if you hit on it, it says subscribe. It's free of charge. Just subscribe. Hit the like button and also hit the notification bell so that you get notification whenever we are here. So it's an atmosphere of learning. I want you guys to have an open heart. We're not here to bash anybody, but we want to learn, we want to rub minds. Yesterday, I shared some statistics, and somebody even said that that is even low compared to what's happening in the US. All right. There is something that is going on that we are not aware of because everything doesn't make it to the news. When it comes to this issue of DV, I'm telling you guys, it is a very serious issue. So, tonight we want to talk about Elizabeth. All right. Let me show you Elizabeth. This is sweet Elizabeth. Yeah, that's Elizabeth for you. And I am going to start sharing, just summarize her story because the mom, like I said, is going to be here. We're having some little technical issues, and so I'm going to call her on WhatsApp. Okay, when it's time for her to join us. So let me just give you an overview of what happened to Elizabeth. All right, so that you guys can understand that when I say that. It will that there is fire on the mountain. It is not a joke, my people. It is not. I'm not exaggerating. No, I'm not. I'm not exaggerating. Right? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, so that's my screen. Let me take away this picture so you can see it. Yeah, that's Elizabeth. That's Elizabeth for you. I'm going to quickly just go through the story of what happened to Elizabeth and how God saved her from untimely deletion. That's Elizabeth, right? And this is from a newspaper called Classic 105. Uh, and this is May 2nd, 2019. Okay? May 2nd, 2019, this was published. And she said there that he bought a G, I'm just going to use G, to delete me on my birthday. And I was almost deleted, said Elizabeth Kogo. That's her name, right? And this is how it started. Elizabeth Kogo, 37, recounts how lucky she is to be alive to tell her story of surviving a very, very horrific experience. She was attacked by her fiance during her 29th birthday. All right. So, to celebrate her birthday, which was January 23rd, okay, her workmates at, is it Wichita had organized a get together party for her, unaware of the strained relationship, you know, between her and her fiance that the family were living in. I'm just reading it from the article there. So her boyfriend's name is called Gideon Mayo. He felt insecure and started, you know, hitting and battering Elizabeth on flimsy grounds in an attempt to take control of the overambitious woman. Okay, Gideon had qualified. Uh, okay, so he qualified as a certified nurse aide and worked in a nursing home. Okay, while Elizabeth, they use their surname. I prefer to use first name. While Elizabeth worked as a facility housing people with various physical and mental health problems. This was in the US. Okay, so this is Elizabeth. Let me remove this so that you guys can see her clearly. I pinned something there, so I just take it out so you can see. Yeah. So I want you guys to see it properly, right? So that's Elizabeth there for you. And yeah, that's Elizabeth. And they gave a summary of how she met this man. Okay, so this is how they met. She'd fallen in love with Gideon 3 months after landing in the US. They started dating, which subsequently led to them living together. They've been introduced by the guy's mutual friend, okay, in Germany. So Elizabeth was in Germany. From Germany, she came to the US, right? I think I read in another article that she won an American visa lottery, okay? And she liked to mention, she doesn't want to mention the name of the person that introduced them, okay? But they are from the same county in their community, Nandi. That's where they come from in Kenya. All right. I think it's called Nandi, if I'm pronouncing it well. So she said that Elizabeth saw a perfect partner in the man from home, in quotes, right? Hoping that she had met someone who would understand her, as they came from the same rural area in Kenya. The rural area is about 30 kilometers apart from each other, hence the confidence and trust that she had. Gideon comes from the Nandi Hills, while her own home is in another area that I cannot pronounce the name. Uh, she was convinced that it was the perfect choice and a God sent. All right. She was 10 months old in the US and wanted to mark her 29th birthday for the first time since migrating to the US. Is the state she lives in is called Kansas State, to join the guy. Okay. She had landed at St. Paul's Minneapolis Airport in Minnesota from Cologne, Germany. After winning, okay, this is where I read it, a diversity visa lottery, the green card in 2010. And she was accompanied by her son from a previous interracial relationship. Okay, the son is called Florian. And she was received by her village mate called John Paul Reno before getting in touch with Gideon, who had been in the US for many years and had met her via social media after introduction. So they were introduced by somebody. Since it's a 5 hours drive from her Minnesota, um, Kansas, she felt it was better for her to move into Gideon's apartment. Okay, it was a 810 block of flats or block of East Harry in the place they call Wichita, and they were required to sign the lease document to bind them on the rent because of security, issues. Okay, and she said we lived in a couple of the apartments and we showed determination to formalize our relationship. But his parents going to our hometown for negotiation to do introduction and all that. You know the usual Africa way of marriage. You have to do introduction. Okay. And she said that under the green card regulations, winners are eligible to work and permanently live in the US, enjoying most of the benefits other citizens get. But Gideon, who had lived in the US for many years without proper immigration documentation, he didn't have papers. Okay. So the arrival of Elizabeth into his life was an opportunity for him to be naturalized. You see? So this was very calculated. As the months trickled by, Elizabeth you know, became more aggressive in life, working long hours, making more money, and more importantly, becoming financially independent. Please note that she was working long hours and making more money and becoming financially independent. Okay. And then Elizabeth said, I came to meet all our family's needs, including paying rent and school fees for my son, who was in daycare. This threatened and intimidated him, she said. So this Gideon man now started questioning her on why she was working in a place where there were other Kenyan men and demanded that she quit her job and look for another employment somewhere else. All right. And after many of those, threats, harassment, Gideon started showing really scary traits of, DV towards her. But she remained silent and sent her son back to Kenya, hoping to secretly abandon him. But he was not fooled. He already sensed her plan to move and leave him after he received a call from the lease officer telling him that his fiancée, Elizabeth, had requested to have her signature in the lease document withdrawn. So she tried to get her name off the list, so that she can leave the apartment and leave him. But he found out. And this enraged Gideon, and he hatched a plan to delete her. He changed the status of his Facebook profile and wrote, who among my friends would like to see me deleted on my birthday? He changed his status on Facebook and wrote, who amongst my friends would like to see me deleted on my birthday? This is what this man wrote. I'm going to come back to this later. Then he now went to buy a G. I can't use the word here. He went to buy a G. On January 23rd, 2011, Gideon placed an order online for a G. This received an immediate response, with the vendor providing him with the phone number to facilitate price negotiation and other logistics. And this G was eventually delivered to him at the price of $250 by an African American who delivered it to Gideon during Elizabeth's birthday. The G vendor also trained him on how to cock it and pull the trigger to release it and delete at close range, right? So he had planned everything, and the article says that Gideon was expecting his girlfriend to arrive into the two-bedroom apartment late in the night after celebrating the 29th birthday, which he hoped would be her last time. But as fate will have it, Elizabeth made a surprise arrival long before the expected 10 p.m. She arrived at 5 p.m., finding Gideon off guard. Okay? He had his plan, everything laid out, but as God will have it, God just orchestrated Elizabeth to show up earlier than planned. Okay? And she said, when I knocked on the door and opened it, I realized that he was surprised to see me at the door. Without uttering a word at me, he pointed the G at me, said Elizabeth. She said, I was sweating and trembling, pleading with him to spare my life. As I remembered my son Florian, my 6 siblings, and my mother, who were looking up to me for support, but he could not listen. And when he pulled the G, he jammed. The G jammed, my people. Oh, I feel like breaking into the song here now, but let's continue. He jammed. God had jammed it. God had jammed it. Hmm. Elizabeth said, I've only witnessed this in a movie that a G would jam. I never knew it would happen in real life. And I have never come to face with somebody that is holding a G. Shocked at the unfolding scene, she wanted to escape, but her feet couldn't move. So Gideon dropped the G and swiftly he picked up something else. What did he pick up? A hammer that he had bought to repair a desk in the house. And then he started. He started with her. He started to hit her on the face with the full force 8 times on the right side of her head until the hammer got broken and lodged into her skull. It got broken. How hard do you have to use a hammer for it to break on a human being? My people. Hey! A neighbor called Andrew Murudi heard a commotion at the couple's apartment and is screaming from someone crying for help, claiming she was being deleted. So he dialed the police service number 911. The cops promptly responded and arrived soon after. They found Gideon lying. They found Elizabeth lying unconscious on the floor in a pool of blood. Her brain matter was flowing freely from the hole in her head. She was rushed in an ambulance to, Wesley Medical Center in a very critical condition, with chances of survival at times being rated at nil, almost nil. Meanwhile, as police were moving into the apartment, Gideon jumped into his car, which he has strategically placed at the parking bay, and drove away at high speed to escape arrest. He knew too well that he's been, peddling an unconcluded case. So he already had another case before a district judge. And they had released him on bail and was set for hearing the following month in February. Okay? So this happened in January, but he already had another case in court for February. And he had been arrested for assault, malicious damage of his fiance's mobile phone, and threatening to harm her with a kitchen knife. Okay? So this is somebody else. So you see, the history of violence is there. And I remember him shouting at me, if you are not smart, don't come out of this bathroom because I have this thing in my hand and I'm ready to delete you, to slaughter you. So the fiancé called for assistance and they responded immediately. And this was the first time she felt threatened and completely subdued by her lover, who was determined to completely take control of her. He was he was apprehended by the police after crashing the car into a tree. After many miles and hours of a chase, oh, it's like what you see in a movie, Kansas Turnpike, they were chasing him as he tried to escape arrest and possibly delete himself. He had told his girlfriend that, please note this, my people. This is what he said to his girlfriend. He told Elizabeth that I would rather delete myself than be deported back to Kenya, claiming that he had been brought up under a very harsh conditions that included violence. Okay? He said, I would rather delete myself than return back to Kenya. And he said, if you put me in a plane destined for Nairobi, I would rather jump out of it and delete myself than land in the airport in Nairobi. He said, this is what he told Elizabeth. And so the medical people at the hospital carried out an emergency brain surgery to remove the hammer that was lodged in her brain, a very complicated and delicate process. Team of doctors and surgeons successfully retrieved 750-gram hammer from her brain. 750 gram. And then they carried out a CT scan on her damaged brain, and it showed that she had suffered traumatic brain injury damage. She was admitted to the hospital's ICU before being moved to the high dependency unit for close to 4 months, of which she was in a coma for a month. And the doctors gave up and requested for her mother, who is joining us tonight, Miss Regina, to travel to the US to come to the hospital and append her signature so they can remove her from the life support and let Elizabeth die peacefully. And Miss Regina, a staunch and devoted Catholic who missed being a nun by a whisker, traveled holding her rosary in her hand. I can just picture that auntie holding her rosary and praying. And she was praying all the time she was airborne. Elizabeth said, my mom was sure that if she stood beside me and made a prayer of divine healing, miracles will happen and we would walk. She said, true to her word, when her mom landed in Kansas, she was taken straight to the bedside of the hospital, of the daughter in hospital. Before she even uttered a word, doctors informed her the reason why they summoned her. They said she should sign. Miss Regina said, I'm not signing anything. She refused to sign and instead went on her knees and prayed. She refused to sign and instead went on her knees and prayed. And for the first time, Elizabeth opened her eyes. Wow. What a mighty God we serve. What a big, big God we serve. Elizabeth said, this is the day that I was baptized with fire. I had been baptized, at the church with water as a child, but this was my second baptism. And Gideon, on the other one, was held in jail, and afterward he was tried and he was given first degree deletion, first degree murder. However, Elizabeth's recovery continued steadily, such that within 6 months she was out of the hospital. But she had to start learning things afresh, including her speech, walking, general body coordination. Her central nervous system had seriously been compromised as the injuries had made her slower, almost in everything. Elizabeth underwent physical, occupational, psychological therapy, which enabled her to recover her speech and ability to walk again. Within months, she got full recovery and began reflecting back to the blunder and regret she had made in her life. Gideon was found guilty of attempting to delete his lover and battering her. He was convicted to serve 15 years in prison. And the judge ordered that as soon as he completes his jail term, he will be deported back to his homeland in Kenya. That Kenya that he said he doesn't want to go, he will still go after doing his jail time. The court lined up 7 witnesses, including the victim of this attack, which is Elizabeth, who gave a chronology of the events that led to this attack. Elizabeth has since published a book, and she titled it Rescued from the Jaws of Death, giving her story of domestic and gender-based violence. She recovered and she went back to university to study social sciences, abandoning her lifetime wish to study nursing after the attack. She is currently living in Nandi, making public appearances on gender and domestic violence apart from motivating students in institutions across the country. My goodness. That is the story of Elizabeth. When I first read this story, I was shaking. I was literally shaking. And so many things stood out for me here. The first thing that stood out for me was Miss Regina, her faith in God. When they told her to sign, she said, I'm not signing. I'm not signing. Then she went on her knees and prayed. And God here. You need to put off your YouTube, Nancy. I think your YouTube is on. Is it Auntie? Yeah. Okay. Is that Auntie in the studio? Nancy, is that her? Okay. That's her. Okay. Tell her to put off her YouTube because it will be bouncing back. She can still hear me because I've added her now. Okay. So, my people, this is where we are. We are here. I'm joined by Auntie Elizabeth's mom, and this is Nancy. Unmute yourself. Let us meet you, please. Nancy, yeah, you've unmuted yourself. Okay.
I just want to say that I have so much respect for Auntie. She's one of our elders. For me, we're not blood related, but she knows me since I was a little child. So it's quite an honor to be somebody who is here to celebrate who she is and being a hero. And I did hear her speak at an event, and I thought she'd be very beautiful to come speak today. So, Auntie, you're welcome to the floor, I guess.
Auntie, can you hear us?
I don't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me? No?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I'm hearing you.
Why did the voice go down? And I heard you when you were talking nicely, but now I
Okay.
don't hear you.
Because you were hearing me from YouTube.
Sorry?
You were on YouTube. That's why you could hear me that time. But now you've left YouTube. Is the volume of
I
your phone
don't hear
up?
you.
Can you hear me now?
It's the volume is on.
It's on. Your volume is on. Okay. We can hear you. Speak, Auntie. We want to talk to you about
I don't know what
Elizabeth.
happened. I heard you when you can hear me,
Yes, we
but I
can.
don't hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Nancy, tell her to put her YouTube back on so she can hear
Oh
me.
God.
Please tell her to put her YouTube back on so that she can hear me, because if she doesn't hear me, then she cannot hear what I'm saying. All right. So, my people, while Auntie is trying to figure out the volume, yeah, that's the story of Elizabeth, my people. That is the story of Elizabeth. It's a story about a mother who refused to give up. When the doctor said, come and sign, let's remove her, let's switch off the machine, Auntie said, no, I'm not signing. Auntie, what gave you that? Why did you have such faith? It reminded me of the story of Mary and Martha when Lazarus died in the Bible. Where did that faith come from? Hello, Auntie. Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, it's better now. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for agreeing to come and speak to us as an African parent whose daughter has experienced a very horrible and traumatic experience. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
My very first question I want to ask you, I mean, we have a ton of questions we want to ask. But the very first one I want to ask you, Auntie, where did that faith come from where you said that you are not switching off the life support, that your daughter will be okay, she will be well?
Yeah, because when they called me to let me know that my daughter was in a coma, I had, when they were calling me, they called me at home twice. They didn't find me because I used to go for a prayer session every evening at 9 p.m. where I worked. So I had gone for prayers that night. It was a Monday night, and I had left my phone at home. So when I came back at 4 p.m., 10 p.m., and I checked my phone, it had called twice. And the person calling me was a neighbor at home. So I was like, something is not right at home because I was at my place of work. And when I called, then this guy told me, oh, Mrs. Kogo, I bear bad news. I don't know if you knew this guy. And so he told me what had happened to my daughter, and he said she's in a bad state, she's in a coma. So after he talked to me like that, and we finished, there was nowhere for me to go. It was in the night, it was past 10 o'clock. I lived with young kids whom I usually live with people's kids. My own were older and they were in school.
Yeah.
But they were sleeping. I couldn't get them up to tell them because they are kids. There was nobody to share. But I am a Christian and I have a lot of faith in God. And I knew that is where I go to. So the first thing I called my prayer warriors. I said, please, we just finished prayers. Please don't go to bed. I need prayers now. My daughter is in a bad situation. I called several people and then I went on my knees myself. And I had this very strong conviction that I'm being asked to forgive. The big thing that was everywhere around me, like in capital letters, was forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. So I told Jesus, here I am. You know, I have been told my daughter is in a coma, she's not dead. And you know it, she is not. You yourself, you raised your friend Lazarus from the dead, who was dead, had been dead for 4 days, and he was in the grave for 4 days. He was rotten and smelly. And because he was your friend, you raised him. You yourself died, you were put in the tomb, but on the third day, you rose yourself. My daughter is not dead. I'm making an agreement with you now. I am forgiving that guy now, and you are healing my daughter. And that's what I said.
You are forgiving the person that is responsible for putting her in hospital.
For wanting to kill her. That thing was bad. He had hit her several times with the hammer until the hammer could not get in. It got stuck in her brain. They had to go remove it from the hospital. So, but I told Jesus that I'm forgiving him, and I am in Kenya here. I am a nobody. but you are going to take me to that America, and I'm going to go to that prison, and I'm going to tell that boy that I have forgiven you.
My goodness.
This is something I don't need to think about. It is something that happened to me, and it's in me. It's affected my life.
So you forgave him even before you got to America in your heart for what he did to your daughter?
Even before I talked to anybody. I didn't need to ask for anybody's permission.
How did you feel when you saw your daughter, Auntie?
When I saw my daughter, I felt bad, but you know, I had been through like 3 weeks before I was in America. I had been through the trauma at home of being told that your daughter is not responding, is not even moving, is not doing what, and you are just required here, maybe just to sign the papers. So when I saw her, she was in a very bad state, but I was grateful to God that she was alive, she was breathing. The people who received me, when the Kenyans here knew that I was arriving, everybody was afraid. And there were 2 families that came to stand there. They were about my age. I think the younger ones were afraid to see me. So once they said, okay, let's be there. So when she comes and she's falling and she's screaming, we will be there. But when I arrived, I told them, let us pray.
You said, let us pray. Oh my God, Auntie, your faith. You know, when I was reading this story, I said to my husband yesterday, I said, it just reminded me of the story of Lazarus. Because in that John chapter 11, Mary and Martha said to Jesus, they said, Lord, if you have been here, my brother would not have died. But I know that even now, God will give you whatever you ask. And Jesus said to Martha, your brother will rise. This is the kind of faith that you exhibited, and God answered your prayers. My goodness. Auntie, how did you develop your faith to this level? Because a lot of people in the comment section are saying now, even forgiving somebody that has put your daughter in coma that you don't even know if she will live. But you came to an agreement with God. I'm forgiving him. My daughter will live.
Yes. I told him, this one, we have to agree. There was no, I said, Jesus, this is it. I am forgiving that guy now. I can say it's been 10 plus years, but it is what I told Jesus that day. I knelt down. I know I knelt down that night. I prayed until I didn't know when it was, until I woke up maybe around 2 o'clock or when I went to bed. But my big word was, I am forgiving him and you are healing my daughter. Because I saw it doesn't make sense for me to be mad at him. It will not bring my daughter back to life.
My goodness. And you know, I read in the article that you were almost a reverend sister, that you were supposed to be a reverend sister, that you missed just going to the seminary.
Maybe, but my brother was a Catholic priest, so we were brought up in a strong Christian foundation.
Right.
And my mother was very prayerful. I will encourage mothers to be prayerful. They bring the blessings to the generation. Even how my daughter was saved, I know is my mother's prayers.
Your mother is still alive?
No, but she prayed for us all the time.
Yeah.
When she was alive. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Prayers are saved. You pray and they go to the bank. God keeps them. They will keep blessing your generations.
The prayers go to a bank. They are saved and they keep blessing your generation.
Yes.
Words of wisdom. Yes. Auntie, let me ask you, when you got to the US, did you see Gideon?
Yes.
You saw him.
Yes.
Tell us about that. How did it happen? And I mean, I can't wrap my head around it.
I saw him because there was this pastor. There is a white pastor here in Wichita, Kansas, who was born in Tanzania and went to school in Kenya and only came back to the US. His dad was a pastor. He came back to the US to go to college. He got married and went on missionary to work in Kenya, in the most remote places in Kenya. Now he's retired with his wife, but he still takes care of Kenyans here.
Right.
So with this situation, he came to see us in hospital every Tuesday.
Right.
He has to drive like 1 hour away, but he came and he had me. He usually goes to the jail, so he used to go to see, he would come to see Elizabeth in hospital and also go to see Gideon. And so the way he had me, one time he asked me, he said, I heard you say that you forgave Gideon and you asked God that you want to go to is it true? He took me aside and asked me, did you mean it? I said, yes. So he asked me, is it okay if I make arrangements for you to go to the prison and see him? I said, yes.
So he took you.
So he took me with my daughter when my daughter had come out of hospital. And when I had been talking about it and praying about it, talking about it and praying, and my daughter said, after I heard you, Mama, I think I also need to forgive him.
So Elizabeth went with you to go and see this man?
Yes.
My goodness. And how was that for both of you when you finally got there?
I just told him that I had gone. I told him what you did was not okay. It was not right. But I have forgiven you. And Elizabeth also told him that she had forgiven him. So according to us, we say we're not going to deal with him. We're going to deal on the journey of recovering. And God did that.
I mean, I read about how Elizabeth was completely, her brain, everything was literally out of her skull. And the miracle, I mean, this can only be God. Because according to the doctor's report, there is no way Elizabeth will be standing today, Auntie. This is just God.
It is God. I am Elizabeth's mother, but I also don't even understand. Because when I arrived in the US, Elizabeth was on a trek. She could not breathe. Every time that they had to come and do something on her breathing, because she was not using her nose and her mouth to breathe. Her breathing was here on the neck. There was a hole there and all these machines there. She was feeding in the stomach with a tube. Everything. She would not move. She would not even turn anything. She would not move her fingers. She would not do anything.
My goodness.
For a long time. Even the time they started therapy, when they would put her on a chair, just for 1 minute, she would say, I want to go back to bed. I want to go back to bed. And that would be it. If you wake her up one day, she might even sleep for 3 days.
My God.
Because the brain was like dead. It's God. She stayed in hospital for a long time. And after that, the injury in her head, we had to take care of it like most part of the year.
Yes. Auntie.
It was, yes.
And Thank you very much for sharing with us. You are such, I don't even know how to describe you, Auntie. I don't know how to describe you because the kind of faith that Jesus was always talking about in the Bible, which even some pastors don't even have it, they don't exercise it. It's just what you've demonstrated. We did a show here a couple of days or weeks ago, and we're talking about forgiveness. It is a very difficult conversation. A lot of people will say they cannot forgive even their own mother because of the things they've done to them. And for people like that, knowing that it is because you forgave and you basically went into a covenant with God that God healed Elizabeth. What would you say to people like that who are struggling with unforgiveness?
I would tell them that when you forgive, it is you who is helping yourself. Because when you don't forgive, you carry a burden that is not the other person who is carrying it, it is you.
Hmm.
So you are hurting yourself. And if you are a Christian, you are making it worse. Because in the Lord's Prayer, which all the Christians say, is say, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So if we are saying that prayer every day as Christians and we are not doing it, I don't know how many times we are poisoning and saying that we are Christians. We are just like tying ourselves and tangling ourselves.
So this Gideon, this guy, did you know about their relationship before this incident happened, Auntie?
I did not. I only suspected, maybe being an African mother, before my daughter came to the US, she was talking to this guy all the time. When they're talking on the phone all the time, you are like, she's talking to somebody, the same person all the time. But I didn't know about it, like she hadn't told me about it. And maybe she didn't tell me because when she was coming here, she was coming on a green card. And maybe I have a bad mouth because I told her, you are going on green card. And I have heard that in America, people would like to befriend people with green card because everybody is looking for it.
Yeah.
So I think that when she was in this relationship, she didn't want to tell me because it is like I already preempted that she was getting into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also told her she was going to school. When she got this green card, she was going to school in Germany.
Yeah.
I had her son at home in Africa.
Yeah.
So when it was time for her to come and get her to come to America because the green card time expired, so she came to Africa and picked her son and they came. And I told her, Elizabeth, you might just take this boy and then maybe you will send him back because what I hear about America is hard to go to school and having a small child because her son was 3 years. So she came with him and she told me, okay, I'm going to see how it goes. Later, she called me. They had come from home in March. She called me in October and said, Mama, what you said is true. I'm going to be sending my son home because I am going to school and I am working and it's hard to have a child. You might have bring him back home so you can help me look after as I settle. So it's God's grace because she sent that boy home in December and this thing happened in January.
And that we don't even know what he would have done to the boy as well because he was even willing to kill himself.
Of course, what I am thanking God, because I'm thinking, he would have done something to the boy so that he doesn't say, because according to him, it was his plan to kill Elizabeth and kill himself.
Yes, yes.
So how would he leave the little boy? Would he not start with him so that he doesn't see what he's doing to the mother?
And thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for being a mother who stood in the gap for her daughter. Thank you for not taking the word of the doctor, but believing in the doctor of all doctors, the Surgeon General whom you serve. And I'm so grateful to God that he didn't disappoint you. Now, something about Elizabeth's story that really shook me was that for the first time she opened her eyes when you got to the hospital and you knelt down and prayed. Please tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I came, and so I told the people who were surrounding her in the hospital, I said, let's pray. And I knelt down and led the prayers. And then when I got up, I greeted her, and she said, Mama. Yeah. She looked at me and she called my name because she was not talking. And even after that, she was not talking much. It took a long time for her to be. She had to be given therapy to be able to talk, to do so many things. But when she saw me, she called my name.
So the doctors were hoping that you will come and sign document for her to be taken off the life machine, but you stood your ground and said no.
No.
Wow. I have goosebumps all over my body, Auntie, just listening to this wonderful testimony. Because I believe that it is going to bless a lot of people, especially those who do not believe in the power of prayers, those who are struggling with unforgiveness. And I'm just going to ask, when it comes to domestic violence, we talk about it a lot on this platform, Auntie. And a lot of African parents, I don't know how it is in Kenya, but in Nigeria, some African parents do not allow their children to leave even when they know that they are being abused. What do you say to parents like that? As a mother who's had a child almost taken away from her, if not for the grace of God.
I would say this, not to the parents of Nigeria, to all parents, even the parents in Kenya. And happened to my daughter. I had been telling girls, oh, leave, take care of your homes. I'm that woman in the village who is always talking to the young women and encouraging them and telling them to try and build their homes. But after this, I apologized, and I'm even apologizing now that if ever I asked anybody to try and stay there and they were not comfortable, I apologize.
So you used to be the mom that would tell people to stay and try and make things work.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, I would encourage them, although I would not encourage abuse, but I would be that mama telling them to make their homes. But from that time I said no. When you see the signs, don't wait for them even just to slap you. No, it's not right.
Run.
It's not.
When you see the sign, don't wait.
No. Even just the verbal. There is a lot of abuse that is done verbally.
Yes.
There is a lot of abuse that is done verbally.
Yes.
It is done financially. It is done emotionally. And then the physical.
Yes.
But whatever the sign that somebody sees, there is people who are controlling.
Yes.
When you see those signs, just go. Don't wait. Don't be there. Don't sit.
Controlling.
Please.
Controlling.
No. Yes, that controlling is the one that is now killing people. And that is what was happening with my daughter.
Right.
Yes. So I tell people, no, let your daughter come home when she is divorced, or when she is separated, or when she doesn't have anything, but she is alive. Your daughter alive is worth everything. It is you who bore that child. You did not bear your child to give to somebody to go and kill. No. You have taken care of your child. You have taken care. They did not get burned. They did not get broken. They did not have marks. Then you allow somebody to go and touch them? No. And girls are clever. They are not stupid. We are not going to let men think that they are correcting. No, they are not babies. They are other adults. They have brains. God has, we are even making mistakes by letting another gender beat another gender. God is not happy because he created all of us the same.
Yes.
As much as we are made from the man's ribs, we were made from the rib that came from his heart. He's supposed to be loving her. He's supposed to be protecting her. He's supposed to be caring for her. If he's not doing those ones, I don't think it is wrong to divorce, because we cannot let how sweet is it when we are burying? No.
Thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you for that education, because it is very, very important. This is the first time we are having an African parent come on the platform to advise us, and because it is very important that that even parents understand these things. And I think coming from an auntie like you will probably resonate more with other African parents who listen to this, and they will know that it is not good for you to encourage your daughters to remain in abusive relationship, all because of the image of the family.
No, not at all. Don't let's not fear what people will say. Let's fear the safety of our children. Let your daughter come home. It is your child. Come and take care of her. You don't want to push her to somebody else so that they can take it. That person is not taking care. If somebody is abusive, they are not taking care of her. Why do you want them to be there?
Absolutely, Auntie. Absolutely. So I'm going to let you go soon. But I want to also ask Auntie, because as far as I'm concerned, you are the vessel that God used to save Elizabeth's life. And we are talking about the importance of having supportive parents, because it's not all parents that are supportive. Some African parents are not supportive, but you dropped everything when they called you, left everything. I'm sure you have your life in Kenya. You have, like you said, you had other children staying with you, but you dropped everything, ran to the US to go and be beside your daughter. And without you, she would not have made it. So please just talk a little bit about why it is important for parents to be supportive of even if the children are now adults, when they are going through things, they are going through challenges, parents need to support their children in that journey.
Thank you, Auntie. Yes. Our children need, as much as they are grown, we are still their parents, and they are our children. Even if they are 20, they are 30, they are 40, they are our children. And they also become vulnerable at some point. Like this one now, if she was in an abusive relationship, she has been hurt. I might have gotten mad that why did she get into this relationship? But when she was hurt, that one, whatever, everything became different. I know now she needs me. And as you said, I left everything. I had a good job in Kenya. I left my job. I left everything. I left other 5 children. I left, and when I was in America, I told them, you guys take care of yourselves. When I am able to, I will bring Elizabeth home and you will see that she needs me. You need just to organize yourselves because she needs me more than all of you now. And that's what I did. After 6 months, because I had to go because my visa was over. I had to go, but I couldn't leave her because she couldn't do anything for herself. So I traveled with her to Africa. Then I had to get a maid to take care of her when I went to my work and finished with my work people and let them know that I was going to leave. And then I had to travel back with her.
To the US again?
Because I came back because the case was going on and also because of her health.
Yeah.
I was afraid to stay with her in Africa. I said, supposing she gets sick, what will I do? I better just be there with her. I didn't have any paper. I was not going. I just came and lived with her with nothing. I forgot that I was a working woman. I brought her with her son. I used to hold her son in my left hand. I hold Elizabeth in my right hand. Yeah, and came and took care. And God's grace, I even took her to school for about 2 years. I used to take her to the classroom because I thought she was going to go to nursing school, but when she went for 2 weeks, they realized that she couldn't be a nurse because of what had happened to her.
Yeah.
So she came back crying. I encouraged her. So we decided she'd go to do social work, which she had done in Germany. So she started again in the US. So I took her to school, but she would not even know which class she was going. So I would take her and I said, this is your class, and sit outside and wait for the lesson to end. And then I hold her hand when the lessons end.
My goodness.
I take her, then take her to the next, because I said, if I take her to school, then her brain will start working. If we stay in the house,
my goodness,
I was afraid, because I was afraid of depression. I was afraid for her brain to shut down. So I said, I better make it active by taking her to school. And God worked.
My goodness, Auntie, I don't know how to describe you. The level of commitment, the level of love, the level of devotion and dedication. Somebody said it's like the story where Jesus was talking about how many of you will have, you have sheep and one will get lost, that you will leave the one. Even if you have 100, you go after that one to go and find it. Wow. You are an inspiration, ma'am. You are an inspiration. You are a great mother.
Parents and God will give us the strength. I ask myself, why I'm not a young girl, but I'm still strong. I can still work. So I know that he has a purpose, and that is what he still wants me to be able to work, because she needs my support. Yeah.
How is Elizabeth now, Auntie?
She's doing well. She's much better now. Yeah, she's much better. She's going to school now. Again, when she went to Africa, she's in Africa, she's at home. She was home for a whole year. And then again, I asked her if she wanted to go to school. She likes to go to school. So she's going to school, and she's fine. She's happy. She chose to go back home. Home is home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's based in Kenya now. She wants to live in Kenya.
Yes, she wants to live in Kenya. She's happy. The big thing is she's happy. Yeah. But her life Her life is not the same, but I am not saying anything. I'm not complaining. I'm thanking God because so many people have lost their children. Mine is alive.
Yes.
So I'm not saying anything. Yes.
Yes.
We are grateful to God. I'm very grateful to God.
Hmm. Wow. Wow, Auntie. Wow. I don't even know
Yes.
how to say. I'm just
Let's
gonna
support our children. Let's support our girls. Let's make a relationship and talk with them so they can let us know how their life is.
Auntie,
We
was
can
there any
support them.
remorse when you went to visit Gideon in prison? Did he show any remorse for what he had done?
Um, he told me that he was sorry, but I would not know if there was remorse. You know, the time there is a timing, and then you talk over the phone. He's on the other side, so I didn't really know much if he regretted, but the pastor said he told him that he regretted.
Well, he will regret now
Yes.
because he's in an American prison and deportation is waiting for him. That Kenya that he didn't want to go to, is still going to end up going there.
Oh yeah, he will go. He has to go.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Auntie, for taking the time to speak to us. I really, really appreciate you coming. I'm sorry that your connection didn't work, but still, we are blessed to have you. Thank you so much, Auntie.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me. And I just want to say to all the mothers out there, please, let's not push our girls so that we can have the dowry or because we want to have a name that our daughters were married. No. If they are not happy, you will not be happy. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's love our girls, and let's also talk to our boys because we are mothers of boys and girls.
Yeah.
Let's encourage our boys to love their wives genuinely.
Yeah.
Let's support them. Let's take away this bad stigma of mother-in-law. Let's love this girl who is getting married. Let's support her too. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. God bless you, ma. Please give it up for Auntie. She's you teaching us, you're giving us wisdom. We we are learning work when it comes to your spirit, your love, your devotion to your children. Thank you so much for being here, Auntie. We appreciate you. God bless you, ma. We're hugging you and sending you love, Auntie. Thank you, ma. Have a good afternoon, ma. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Nancy. Nancy.
I know, that's powerful, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. What kind of a mother is this in this day and age? This, oh my God, I don't know. I bet you say something because I don't know what to say.
Well, I am a single mother, so I remember when I chose to be a single mother, everybody going like, "Oh my God," all the labels that come with it. But let me tell you this: I am so glad I didn't end up into a toxic relationship. That would not have been great for me and my daughter. And we're doing well. We're doing fantastic. So, anytime I hear a mother like her speak, I support it because, unfortunately, we as Africans also don't support voices like hers. So it's important that we stand and we have, yeah, somebody just say break the circle. We have to break the toxic circle. Especially the African girls in the US. I'm a great champion for them. And I always say, reach out to us. We've got resources, we've got people, right? We want to support you. If somebody's sleeping with you at a young age, reach out to us. You're not alone, you know. So if you have any listeners here, especially who support young refugee girls that are coming to the US, I'm such a great champion to support that as well. We want to help as many girls excel.
Thank you. Thank you for linking me up with Auntie.
Mhm.
Thank you so much because I mean, when I read Elizabeth's story, Honestly, there are so many things I want to say, but just listening to Auntie, I'm humbled.
Yep.
I am humble. I am blessed. I feel
She's a
like
hero.
she's like an angel in
Mhm.
human form. How can your
Absolutely.
daughter be in hospital on you don't know whether she's going to make it or not? Doctors say come and sign so that they will
Mhm.
take her off life support. She said I went into a prayer of agreement even before I left Kenya.
And
I
I
told
forgave.
God I forgave him.
Mhm.
My daughter will live.
It's important to forgive. And I think what you said was forgive to be free for you. So that, and then what she says is, and then you can focus on recovery. Can you imagine if you just carry all that burden of hate? What time do you focus on recovery? You just focus on hate. So forgive so you can focus on recovery for you.
Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, there are so many aspects of the story
Mhm.
that, I had to screenshot them. And yeah, I did screenshot them. So this is one of them. Okay. He said this, and I did this because I want to make them a talking point.
Sure.
So please, if you are watching this, pay attention to this. We've heard this very powerful testimony from, Elizabeth's mom, Auntie Regina. But look at this Gideon, this man called Gideon, what he said. You need to pay attention to what people are saying. It's not only when you are quarreling, no, even when you are not quarreling, pay attention. He said to his girlfriend that he would rather delete himself than be deported back home, claiming that, he's been brought up under harsh conditions that included violence. And he repeated it and said, if they put me a plane and the destination is Nairobi, I would rather jump out of it and delete myself than land in the airport. That's what he said.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking, why would he be thinking of being deported? Why will he say something like that on a normal day? Another thing that he said that shook me, this guy, I don't know how he managed to get 15 years because we are always praise the US for dishing out very long sentences. Honestly, we
Could be
always
manslaughter.
yeah, I don't know how he got 15 years. I
More.
think he should have gotten more. Yeah, definitely should have gotten more. He's lucky that she's alive.
Yeah.
This is what he said. He put on Facebook. Did I put that here? He put it on Facebook. I don't know if I have it here, but he put it on Facebook that how would people feel if he kills himself? Because there was a lady that came here not too long ago and said that the husband that brought her from Nigeria said, if you leave me, I will kill myself. But you see, this guy was like reverse psychology. He's playing games because he actually went to go and buy the thing that he was prepared. He's premeditated. He got ready.
You bring up such a great point because you've talked about Agnes Tirop, the one who just got buried, is getting buried this week, right?
Yeah.
You know that the guy who killed her had sent several messages to friends. It's on audio. It's in Kalenjin, right? And I'm going like, that was a telltale sign. Why didn't they step up?
He sent messages to friends that what?
Oh, it was very shocking. He was crying. He was very erratic and saying, "Oh, I've tried. I've done all my best." I'm like, "What?" It was very. It was a very weird message that didn't fully make sense to me. But for me, it was very concerning. If I was a friend who received that message, I'd have been like, "Yo, something
There's
is up."
problem. Yeah. And none of them took any notice. They didn't act.
Nobody who does, and this here was telling too that people should have seen that and said something is wrong.
For somebody to go to his social media and
Mhm.
be putting something like that on social media, how will you feel if I take my own life? How will you feel if I do this to myself? I mean, it's to let you know that there's something going on that is quite not right. This is not the first time I'm saying it. There was another guy, he's a Nigerian guy in the US, who also deleted his girlfriend, his wife. They're a young couple. He did the same thing. He posted it on on his Facebook. So
Yeah.
people need to pay attention to things like this. When people are speaking, when they are saying things, read it, analyze it, think about it. Something is going on. And it's usually the people in their lives that are the ones that will be affected by that violence or whatever it is that they are plotting.
And I think Sister Bridget, here is one concern. I have a friend of mine who just is getting divorced. She's actually a very close friend of mine. Same thing where you're the breadwinner, okay? And the relationship is very toxic. And you're still thinking, oh my God, my job is to fix him. You cannot fix some idiot. Well, I'm sorry, saying a bad word. Sorry about that. You cannot fix some people.
It's allowed. Please go ahead and say it.
So my friend, very close to me, actually, we're so close. And you're making like almost 400,000 a year, right? You're a doctor. Then you're educating this person and you're saying, okay, I want to help my husband so that he could get ahead, but he's very toxic, he's very abusive, right? And you pay the price. And you're going to pay the price for a very, very long time. And I think it's high time that we also had conversations with our sisters who are making good money to learn how to protect yourselves. We're not saying it's not good to spoil your husband here and there, but we're also saying protect you because these things shift. And when they shift, you pay the price.
Auntie said something. She said control. That's the word she said. That is what the
That's what it is.
problem. Controlling behavior. And you said, I mean, when we were reading the story, we saw, in the story where the guy he was telling Elizabeth that where she was working, there are too many Kenyan people there.
Too many men.
Too many men there. She should leave her job.
Yeah.
So you see, when we talk about control, a lot of people think, oh, we're just here bashing men. I have a man here that was saying, oh, he was saying it in Nigerian language that the wife never listens to him. She never, no, because she doesn't follow whatever he's saying word for word to live according to what he is dictating.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very toxic and abusive man. You just need to talk to this man for 5 minutes to know that this man, there's a screw on his head that is loose. He's not normal. It's not okay.
And it's okay. We see those signs and can we just call it out? Because we see it and then we're like, oh, let me just stay for another week. A week turns into years.
She got the courage to finally leave for the second time. The first time she left, she came back. Then the second time she left, but her family have been funny about it that she left. Her dad, because her dad was abusive to her mom.
Oh,
You see?
yeah.
So they grew up in an atmosphere of abuse.
Like we say, just forgive people, but do your life because at the end of the day, our parents also need us. And we have to also teach our parents to love us the way we are and what we expect for this generation. Might be tough, but let me tell you, I think we're working towards that. We have to correct the many wrongs that our culture has allowed us to go through, especially when it comes to female, girls, and gender violence.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for being here. Thank you for bringing Auntie. I really appreciate you. And today has been one of my best day on this show. No cap. I'm telling you, it's been one of the most, wow. When I think about the faith that Auntie has, I'm like, I'm learning work. I thought I had faith, but I'm learning work. Honestly, I am. Because this woman's faith is so strong.
It is.
She believed with everything. Wow.
And
Thank you,
by the
Nancy.
way, before I go, I just want to say truly appreciate you. I just came across you a couple weeks ago, and my hope is that we grow what you're building to bigger and better. So don't give up. Take rest if you have to. You mean a lot to many of us. You're the voice that we lack in our society, and let us know how we can support you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Have a good afternoon. Have a
Okay.
good evening. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you, sis. My. Wow. Okay, guys. I'm sharing my link. If you are here and you want to join the conversation, you just have something to say. How can people not have something to say? Look at this story, my people. Hey, Bumi. The link is in the
Oh,
comment section, guys.
yes,
Bumi,
so
you're welcome.
I just joined in between. I don't know, I didn't start from the beginning, but in between where I joined, my God, I was shedding tears at a point. I don't know the kind of strength, the kind of courage of this noble woman. And I just want to thank God for her life and thank God for the life of Elizabeth. And one more thing, forgiveness. It's a very powerful thing. And I pray that God will help us Just like you said, that some people find it very difficult to do. When you can't forgive, you can't move on. You just stagnated there, and you can't just progress. You can't be focused. And that is one thing that I've learned, even in my own case. You learn to forgive and you move on. Because by the time you forgive, the person that feels he or she has hurt you keeps seeing you flying up there. And that is one thing they never want you to do.
Hmm.
And you can't help them by, not forgiving them. You feel you are not helping them, but you are not helping yourself when you don't forgive. When you forgive, you help yourself, just like you said. I have
Hmm.
I have come to learn that. I have come to understand and know that. And to our African parents, I don't really know. We just have to keep saying this, and I pray God will help them. I pray God will help them. And to
Amen.
our ladies too, just like my own case, I keep saying it. When I even had parents that were supportive, she mentioned so many things that I didn't even know before now, that there's emotional abuse, there is financial abuse. It is just the physical abuse that we normally see back home in Nigeria.
No,
I thought,
we talk about all forms of abuses here.
yes,
Emotional abuse, emotional one, that one is a slow, it kills slowly.
yes,
You
it
know how it
kills slowly.
manifests? It
Hmm?
will first of all strip you of your self-esteem.
Yes,
Okay. Then you
yes.
feel worthless, you feel useless,
Mm-hmm.
you feel you are not good enough. And from
Mm-hmm.
that, depression will set in.
That is
And
it.
from there,
Mm.
it can trigger other serious,
Serious,
severe mental
yes,
mental health
yes,
problems. That is
yes,
emotional abuse. That's how it
exactly,
works. None of them,
exactly.
all of them are dangerous. They are very, it starts from
Very,
somebody
very.
telling you you are
Mm.
useless, you can't do anything. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
just cussing you out or calling you out in your name, like you Americans will say. Very, very
Mm.
dangerous.
Mm. Mm. Very, very dangerous. I pray God. Well, I thank God for her. I thank God for Elizabeth. The Lord that has brought her this far will never leave her. And I pray
Amen.
that her mother would live to enjoy the fruit of her labor. She's a mother in a million. Some mothers would
Yeah.
rather leave the girl and say, let her just die. I can't go through the stress of, taking care of her and all the stuff. But I salute her courage.
We
I really
salute her.
salute her
We
courage.
salute her. That is
I
a mother.
salute her courage. And I pray
Hmm.
our parents will learn and will have a better society. Thank you, everyone. I'm
Thank you,
still here.
Bumi. Yeah,
Mm.
thank you. Thank you so much. So we got Harriet next. My link is in the comment section if you want to join, please. We're only going to be here for 2 hours, so please join now. Not we're about to end. Then people will start rushing to come into the studio. So we just got like literally about 35 minutes left. Thank you. Harriet, you're welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, Auntie B. I'm Harriet from Manchester, UK. And, today's discussion was just like, it just left me, short of words. It's a very big testimony, to have gone through that and lived to tell the story, for mom to have seen her daughter at the brink of death and, be able to see her now 10 years on, alive and doing well as she's described. I think one of the things that I learned from this, and I've learned over time from listening to this show, is, you know, the things that you tend to highlight. What are the telltale signs? And, you know, all of this story of her faith and everything is really impactful. However, some people don't have that level of faith, and people, lose their lives in the process of all of this. And
Yes.
as much as we, really celebrate all of these testimonies, I think it's definitely worth just reiterating, once those telltale signs begin to show, then it's probably time to, exit before you either become a statistic or, hope that someone has the faith that, her mom had and was able to stand in the gap for her when she needed it. So, I just wanted to say congratulations to the entire family for living to tell this story as a testimony, not as one of sadness or sorrow. And thank you so much for what you do and the platform that you have, that people can come and encourage others and everyone can learn from what's going on. So thank you and well done to everyone.
Thank you, Harriet. I appreciate your contribution. Have a good evening. Yeah. Roslyn, your connection is not good. Your internet. You need to remove yourself and connect again, please. Roslyn. Oh yeah, it's better now. Okay. I got you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, good
Oh,
evening. Where are you
good,
joining us from?
good, good evening, Auntie B.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm joining from UK.
Okay.
I've been following your program for a while, for more than 2 years now, and it has really blessed me, I would say. Regarding tonight's show, oh my God, I don't even know where to start from because I've learned so much, especially with the woman, Elizabeth's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important thing I picked her when she said that the prayer is in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Is like is there, in meaning that is working for your generation yet unborn,
Mm-hmm.
that we should keep on praying for them. Oh my God, I've never seen such a great faith. And I'm so glad that she was able to stand in the gap for her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to congratulate, to thank you for all your work, and may the Lord continue to strengthen you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Roslyn. Well said. Auntie said a prayer is like in a bank. It works for generation. She actually said that she believed that it's her own mother's prayer that saved Elizabeth. All she had to do, she prayed and then she forgave. She believed strongly that it's that forgiveness that God saw. And as a result, God did not allow Elizabeth to go from this very horrific I mean, just try to picture it. They put hammer inside somebody brain. It got so bad that the hammer broke. The hammer no fit come out again, my people. Somebody, human being. And the woman is still alive today. She's still alive and she can speak. It can only be God. No, it can only be God. Hello, Stella.
Hello, Sister B. I'm here to appreciate the work you're doing. Yeah, being a victim of domestic violence, I wish I had known this platform back then when I was going through domestic violence. Because this Nigerian man I got to know then was it was two attempts where he wanted to delete me. And I would tell my mother every day that the way things are going, I think one day things will not be okay. But I don't know if it was love or I would call it juju because I didn't understand why it was the way it was. And the thing my mom used to tell me every day was, my daughter, I pray that God keeps you because I feel like one day this man will kill you and people will just come and find a dead body. And when I hear the story from our Kenyan mother, I just thank her for the faith she has, because I believe if it wasn't my mother's prayer, my grandma, because my grandma prays a lot, I wouldn't have made it. But I thank God that I was able to get out of the relationship. And because I always tell my friend I would be a dead person today if it wasn't God's grace.
Hmm.
So I applaud you for this show, and yeah, keep doing the good work.
Thank you, my darling. How are you doing now yourself?
I'm very, very well. I thank God that I have been able to work it through, and I always talk to people who go through this kind of red signs, and
Mm-hmm.
I hope to talk to people more because I've gone through it myself and I know how it is. I would encourage people who are going through, or because I mean, all forms of violence I had,
Hmm.
financial, beating like someone beats you to an extent you are unconscious. So any sister who is going through any kind of this thing, I would just advise them, leave. I'm happy today, I'm single, I'm happy, I'm doing very well, and when I look back, I'm just like, thank God I left.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
congratulate you for having the courage to live, because it's not everybody that is able to live, and it's not everybody that is able to testify. So you are one of the lucky ones. So
Thank you.
congratulations to you, Stella. And I
Thank
pray
you.
that your healing will be permanent in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you for coming to share with us tonight.
Okay, thank you too. Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Bye. Wow, my people. NG, I've got you. Unmute yourself, NG. Okay.
Hello, Auntie B.
Yeah. Hello, NG. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Not too bad. Where are you joining us from?
I'm calling from Paris.
Okay. What do you have to say, sweetie?
Well, I've been listening to this your program behind the door, and today I just decided to join because of Elizabeth's story.
Mm-hmm.
You see. There are mothers, and I am an Igbo woman,
Mm-hmm.
and in Igbo land, there's a way we say it. When a woman goes to prison, she says she's in a marriage. You have to understand that it's not everybody that should be married.
Hmm.
It's not a must. And most of the time when I listen to you, I said, my God, this lady is equipped with wisdom. The things you are saying, I don't understand how you manage to bring these things out, because this is a place of reality. You are saying it exactly the way it is. It's like you were in the scene, but these are the things that are coming to you. I think it's ministering to you what to say.
It's the Holy Spirit.
I'm telling you, because you see, this work of domestic violence, I've done it more than 20 years.
Hmm.
While I was living in the Netherlands, my office was equipped by the government, and I have to organize African women, every year in a huge conference to be able to face the police. Sometimes I even write an article, telling the police that law enforcement officers are abusers themselves. Come and defend yourself. And the police will come. Suddenly, one day, a Kenyan woman got into problem. A Kenyan woman got into problem, and nobody could rescue her. She has to call my house by 4 a.m. So I called the police. The police couldn't go. I have to go to her by 4 a.m. You see, when you are doing these things, you don't know what you're doing. You are rescuing so many women sitting one place. You don't need to move, but you are rescuing so many women from this abuse of a thing. And what I want to say is that Elizabeth is one of the most luckiest women I've ever seen in my life.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you honestly, so many have died.
Mm-hmm.
Her own case it's more than miraculous. I don't know what to call it,
Mm-hmm.
but in fact, this is like Jesus waking Lazarus up
Yes, it's true.
after 3 days. I'm telling you, in the grave.
Mm-hmm.
But this mother of Elizabeth deserves an award. This
Mm-hmm.
is what a mother should be.
Mm-hmm.
I have organized too many conferences on domestic violence. But this one, this one, if anybody didn't learn from this one, then I'm sorry for you. When you tell women, you don't need to wait until they start beating you. You don't have to wait. The moment you see the handwriting on the wall, start planning your exit. Design a code with a colleague, a friend. The moment you put that code, the colleague must to call the police or know that you are in trouble. Start finding a way. Take your bank pass out of the house. Take your ID card out of the house. If you're taking a medication, take everything out of the house. Find a friend to trust, so that when he starts, you move. So many times women waited until this type of thing happened, and then it breaks my heart, because even when I listen to all the stories you have here, sometimes I cry. I said, I don't want to join this thing because these things break my heart, you know.
The only
But
way, the
hey,
only way, the only
Jesus,
way that we can make an impact is to talk about it and create awareness, education. Like Christine said, it starts from education. The rescue effort starts from educating people and rewriting the wrong narrative they have planted in our brains.
I'm
Okay?
telling you.
You don't want to know the number of women on my WhatsApp that are
Hey,
saying, oh, hey, I can't come forward, oh, I can't do this, oh, I don't know what to do, oh. It is too much. Like, some cases, you don't even know. I mean, it is
my
the
sister, you are too strong. You're too strong,
I don't
honestly.
have any strength, my sister. I
Hey,
don't have any strength of my own.
hmm,
I just depend
honestly,
on God.
sometimes how can she listen to all these things?
No one is
When,
strong. No one.
hey,
No, no one is strong.
my
It's
heart is,
just
no,
God.
I can't carry them.
Yeah, it's
But
just God.
thank God for your
Mm.
life.
Thank you,
Thank
Auntie.
God for the wisdom, the initiative to come up with this kind of program.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been your fan for a very long time.
Thank
You
you,
know,
Auntie. Mm.
yes,
Thank you
for a
very
very
much.
long time. I keep saying, God, I hope you keep this woman, because so many women are getting rescued from this program. But Elizabeth's story will be what do I call a case study for all of them. If you are in an abusive marriage, get out of it.
Tell them,
Get out
oh,
of it.
help me tell them.
Get out of it. Huh? It's not everybody that should be married.
They start
And it's not a
planning.
do or die
They start
affair.
planning. I'm
Sometimes,
waiting for this.
hmm,
I'm waiting for this. Not who their life they plan.
huh,
Now who their life they plan. Some of them will be planning. Oh, I'm just waiting for this. I'm waiting for this. Don't wait for
eh,
anything. You might not be alive for that plan that you are planning.
can
You
imagine.
need to get out your life first before anything. Oh, I'm just waiting for my children to do this. Oh, I'm just waiting
Eh,
for this to this. Oh, I'm just waiting. Or they'll say, oh, so many
can
excuses.
imagine.
Somebody said that the most difficult person to convince to leave an abusive marriage is a woman that is still in love with that abuser. It's
No, but
difficult.
the problem also is inability to define love.
Yeah.
What do you call love?
Yeah.
You love somebody because of the way he treats you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't love somebody because that person is just the person. I don't know for them, but for me, no. I don't love you because you are you. No. There must be something that you're doing right.
Yeah.
But
Love is a
let me
love
drop
is a
one word here.
yeah.
It's easier to raise 10 children than to repair one broken man.
It's not even your job to repair anybody. You cannot do it.
No, but
You can't.
for those who are waiting to repair somebody,
You cannot repair anybody. You are not a
eh,
rehabilitation center.
some
You don't
people
have
will
the
say
tools to do it.
he will change. That's what I hear from some of them in Nigeria there. Oh, he will change. And when I call them, I say, that's your business. If you're waiting for him to change, it's your bloody headache. Okay? Get out of it. That's my own. Do you know
Uh,
I have to send the 400,000 to a lawyer to start a divorce procedure for my own sister. And she was still saying, I said, the lawyer, start it. And when I come there,
oh, it's just jumped off. Oh my god, what happened? The internet. Oh. The internet just cut off while we were still talking. Okay. La Alish. Is it La Alish?
Good evening, Sister B. I'm so grateful you picked my call. I'm one of your big time supporters for a very long time. There are so many of us that are just background and are ready to help.
I
I
know. I
watched your
know.
you're
I
such an
see I see your
inspiration.
hand when
Oh,
there is the need. That's when I know the power of Obodo Farm. You guys are
oh,
amazing. I know a lot of people don't even talk, but they watch silently. They
oh
just
my
watch.
God. I'm sorry, I don't want to tear up. You have no idea. I just watched the update on Janet's case.
Yes.
I literally finished because it's a Sunday. We're trying to get ready for the work week and everything. So I'm trying to clear up. So I was watching that, and the plea you made at the end shook me. I was still in between. Okay, do I try and just reach out to this group to help my sister-in-law? But then tonight, my husband came home and he just started again. He said, "Look, we just have. What are we going to do for this lady?" And I told, because I've been trying to tell them for years now. My sister-in-law, she has special needs. I also have a child with special needs, so I understand what it's like. And I think it took us having a child with special needs for my husband to understand that, okay, this is exactly what happened to his sister. Because
Right.
back then, because they were born in America, his mom really didn't know how to deal with her, if that makes sense. So I think it really affected her. Imagine being born in America, and I kid you not, if she can't speak English very well, she can't. I mean, you just know.
Where
So
is
I
she?
always she's in America. She's in Baltimore, Maryland right now. She needs a safe space right now.
Is she in an
Because,
abusive relationship?
oh my God, Sister Bridget, she just came out from being arrested, because she has special needs, so she can't communicate very well. So the man took advantage of her. The
I
man
don't
didn't have.
understand. If she has special needs and she cannot communicate, can she consent to adult relationships?
She can, but unfortunately, it's not as if she can't communicate. I'm trying. Let me try and get my words. I'm sorry, I'm still shaking. Maybe that's why my words are just muffled. She
Mm.
can communicate. She can, consent. She's been in a marriage with this man for quite some time. But the man took advantage of her. The man never even went to see her family. She's the American. He
She
had, yeah.
was she able does she have the capacity to consent to a marriage?
She did. The man, because she did, and without her family knowing.
No, 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 no. I'm not. I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay.
She did, but does
Yeah.
she have the capacity to consent? Because for you to be married
Yeah.
legally, you
Yeah.
need to be able to understand what marriage means. That means you
Yeah.
need to have that capacity, the mind, the mental capacity for you to understand what comes in marriage. Because I work with people with, learning disability.
Yeah.
And if you cannot consent, then you should not even, no judge or no justice of peace or whatever they call them that marry people
Mhm.
or pastor should be marrying you. How did they marry?
Secretly, without letting any family member know.
So you
I
people
found
don't
out
even
about
know she
all
can
these things.
consent. Yeah, you don't know if she can consent. The man probably just, took her vulnerability and decided to, marry her and. So
And to
now
be,
she's being
things are
abused.
so bad now that the man has the one that just happened like 2 weeks ago. The man was choking her daughter. This is a child they share. Choking her daughter. The daughter cried. They had to quickly, and because of that, she reacted by hitting him. So he got a cut. And those kind of narcissist men that he has been doing a whole lot of punching up. I mean, it was so bad they've called policemen to their place several times. They're even tired. And they've asked her that, what do you want to do? But because she can communicate, but she's not, I don't know how to put it. She's not fluent. She doesn't know how to, sort of make sense of anything. So I'm the one that I started convincing her family that, look, you guys don't even realize that this woman has special needs. You just think she's being stubborn, or how they are. They might not
But,
be, because they can't communicate. So they
but
just,
there's help available everywhere in America. Is it that she doesn't want the help?
she doesn't know, sister. Honestly speaking, this lady does. It's so bad that even to have the boss app on her phone, just to even, she cannot do anything. And she's had health issues. When we tell her to go to the hospital or something, she'll say, because she say, you know, I'm like, are you kidding me? She doesn't, it's that, you will not believe it, that someone that is an American, she can't find her way to the store.
Okay, so if she's this incapacitated in terms of her functioning of her brain and her mind, how is she married?
I can't, I got into their,
Are the family involved? Because they need to annul this marriage straight away.
they need to, but
Yeah,
we don't
that's what they
even
can
know.
do.
I don't know if it's possible, but the thing is, we don't even know what to do. My husband, the rest of us are here in the UK. Her mom, my husband that is, her immediate younger brother, myself. We've been married for about 11 years now. So it's just been 11 years that I've known about their situation. Meanwhile, it's been happening way before that time.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
has
It
beaten
sounds
her
very
up.
complicated.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so complicated, Auntie B. We don't
Yeah.
know what to do. We don't know what numbers to call. And she's isolated. The man has isolated her from everybody.
Maybe you
Even
might need to
before the
come.
father, sorry?
You might need to. Are you in communication with her?
Yes, I am. She needs to find a place to live like tonight, because after the case that just happened where he deliberately made the police, because he has been arrested a few times. So he was like, oh, he's going to prove a point that, okay, he can get her arrested. That kind of thing. So try to rile her up, choked the daughter, and, it became a big deal and they had to now arrest her. So she spent the night and he was joking to everybody that, look, that's where she's going to die. Fortunately, she got released because the police were like, this one doesn't even seem like she knows what she's saying or she knows what she did. So they sort of released her. So he was shocked when she got back home. So they warned her that, look, don't talk to anybody. Even that night, we got her a place to stay because her own mother-in-law, too, who is the devil, was like, you don't have a right to come. And those kind of very
Does she
annoying,
have
evil.
Does she have any family members in the US?
That's the annoying thing. She has their older brother is there, but for some weird reason, that man has refused. Those kind of brothers that, because of the way she left him, because she was living with him, and this man just came and snatched her away. He has not forgiven her, which I find very strange. And I'm like, you are there. I'm so angry. And I had to, thank God for this platform. My husband has started changing too. He has started watching, we listen to your show and everything. So it has made him more aware of these things. And he's like, oh, okay, this is this. I'm like, yes, this woman, they are going to kill her if care is not taken.
Somebody said you should show the video to your in-laws. Show it to
I
her mom
have.
or whatever.
I
This one that we
have.
recorded today, they need to watch it from the beginning.
Hmm.
And we need to talk about this outside
Ah,
this show because I think
please,
it's very
please.
deep. Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to do this, but I'm here. They don't know what to do. And because it seems like I feel like I'm the only one that's really pushing this thing, that this woman, they are going to kill her.
Yeah.
Because he has boxed her many times. He has
Yeah.
abused the children. The
There's
children have
help.
complained
There's
to the
help.
police.
There's help. There's
Ah,
help. The US has a lot of help for DV. This
exactly.
woman cannot leave. She needs
Ah,
to be handheld to leave that man. She doesn't
yes.
have the even the marriage it should not be valid. Anyway, my
Ah,
number is on the screen, my darling. Let's
thank
talk
you.
about this later on. Okay,
Thank
take
you.
my
I
number on
really, really
WhatsApp.
appreciate everybody. Obodo fam, thank you so much. Thank you for those that responded
Yeah,
to me. I'm one of those. I just had to jump in. She needs
it's
to leave
fine.
that house tonight because he has started attacking her again right now as we speak, and
There are
has
so
warned
many
her.
organizations that
Ah,
but she cannot call. She needs somebody to do it.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. She needs someone that will take her. Look, you can do this. You can do that. She doesn't know what to do.
Does she
So
know
the
how
whole
to call the
family, they are
police?
trying to find a place for her to stay tonight. Sorry.
Okay. Can she call the police?
We've told her to call the police again. She's scared because they just had an issue with the police a while. I said, look, they all know that you are the victim. You
Yeah,
have
just
to call
she
them
needs
and
to
the
get out.
children will talk.
Yeah, you need to get out because she's been
Ah,
coerced and exploited.
big
She's not.
time.
Yeah, she's not even. I mean, with the way you described her, I don't think she even knew how if she was able to consent to this marriage in the first place. So is to be annulled. Anyway, my number is on the screen. My WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Just send me a message and then we'll talk about it later on.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. God bless you. Thank you
What
so,
state is
so,
she
so, so
in?
much. Sorry?
What state?
She's in Baltimore, Maryland.
Maryland. Okay,
Yes,
we have a very big community in Maryland.
I'm sure.
Okay. All right then.
Thank you
Thank you very
so
much,
much.
my
Thank you
darling.
all so much. God bless you. Thank you for
Amen.
helping every woman. Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank
darling.
you. All right
You're
then. Thank you.
welcome.
Love you. God bless you.
Love you too, sweetie. Have a good evening. And thank your husband for changing, no, from watching Obodo Yibo TV. That's the kind of thing that we want to hear. He's changing. He should continue to change. It's good. Change is good. That marriage is definitely not valid though, but I think the family they need to do more to rescue her. She cannot get out. Even women that are not having any disability self, it's not an easy thing to leave an abusive partner. Talk of someone that has learning disability. She's gonna need a lot of help to leave. Anyway, my number is there. Let me still put it on display in case she hasn't taken it yet. Take it down and then we'll see how we can, in what capacity we can help her. Ekami,
Yes, Sister B. Good evening.
good evening. Where are you joining us from?
From the U.S.
You're welcome. You don't happen to be in Maryland, are you?
No, I'm in Houston.
Oh, okay. What do you have to say?
Thank you so much for all you do for everyone, because even the ones listening are learning. And Elizabeth's mother, she is what a mother is. That's an example of a mother.
Yeah.
She just didn't pray. She added action to her prayer, because a lot of times we sit down and pray, and do nothing about it. She took action, and that's why she has a testimony today. Women shouldn't worry about what people say. After all, opinion are like rectums. Everybody's got one. You have to be alive for your children, because for one, women used to excuse, I'm staying because of my children. But if you're deleted, none of those children will be thrown in the grave with you. And then their life will be worse, because you're not there to protect them. It's not easy to start over, but it is possible. It's better to be alive. If you want to soak Gary with your children and start all over and have some peace. Because that's the word. You can live in $1 million house with no peace. Before you know it, you're out. So thank you so much for what you do. I've been listening to your program for a few weeks now, and it's touched me a lot, and it's helped me to see even the people I work with, the Americans. It helps me to talk to them, because I see those red flags in their lives. So, I get to talk to them, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. And we appreciate your contribution, Kami from Houston, Texas. Have a good evening, darling.
Thank you, you too.
Bye. Bye. So we are going to be rounding up very, very shortly. And I have got Omaye's Corner. She's right here.
Hello, good day to you, Obodoye TV.
Okay. Which one is this Australian accent now? I mean, this one is which one are we going to call it now? New Zealand.
It's all mixed. It's
New
all
Zealand be
in
this
one. All in one. You know, they say one size fits all. Now all in one, then be this one.
Take your pick. Take whatever you want.
Exactly. Anyone you want. Hey, now wow.
How you see the fate of that auntie?
Hey, Bobodo, I don't cry. I had to go and wash my face before coming to talk to you. I don't cry. I'm telling you, this story moved me to my bones. I cry for the pain that Elizabeth go through. I can't resume the tears when I can't hear the mama they speak on for unforgiveness. You know, this ties into your last episode. Remember when we talk about unforgiveness?
Yes,
we talked about it. You need to hear them for this platform. You see the power of forgiveness. You cannot measure it. If you say because person do you something, you will hold on to it. Hey, the things that will be missing in that person's life, they won't be able to count it. The person will not be able to, we even know say things they missing. You go just they live in life round in circles. You go they dance around the circles. You don't go know why they dance around the circles. Most of our issues as human beings is unforgiveness. That is the greatest, that is the one thing that can hold anybody down any day, any time. There's no amount of prayer, no amount of, because you should just be hitting the ceiling. The prayers won't be getting to where it needs to get to. This woman has come, in all humility, you know what I loved about her? She was able to look within herself and say, yes, me too. She learned some things. She
Mm-hmm.
unlearned the things that
Mm-hmm.
she knew before.
She even asked for she even apologized.
Apologize. Oh my God.
Mm.
I burst into tears. I was overwhelmed by the grief and at the same time by the level of faith that this woman had.
Mm.
Hey, I say, God, mother in a million. She left her children alone. She said, take care of each other. There's one.
That needs me.
Give me a second, Sister B.
Okay.
I
Bele.
said, God, if only people will understand, unforgiveness will hit each one alive. Because she was able to forgive that man for the grievous act. For the grievous act he did. This woman looked beyond that. You know how much it took for her to say, I forgive you. And even
Yeah.
went to visit this man in prison.
It was a decision she made ahead. She made
Ahead of
that decision in
time.
Kenya. She was in Kenya.
Hey!
And she said, God, I have forgiven him. Now my daughter will live. It's like she went into a bargain, a covenant with God.
Transaction.
Hi. I've
She
never seen
came
this kind
into
of
a
faith in
contract.
action in this day and age.
I'm
When
telling you.
I said when I was reading it, I was screaming. I said to my husband, I said, Martha, remember, I said, where is that place that Martha? I had to go and look for it. Then my husband said, it's the story of Lazarus. I said, no, it's not Lazarus. He said, it's Lazarus. And then I went to look for it. I did a screenshot of it to show. I said, this is the kind of faith I am hearing from Elizabeth's story. The mother said, he said, my daughter will not die. He said,
Yeah.
no. He said, no, she will not. I refuse. They went to bring her from Kenya to sign paper so that they will remove oxygen and remove life support so that Elizabeth. When I thought about it, I had to go and I went to my Bible and I brought this out and I said, this is what Mary said it and Martha also said it. If you want to go and read that John chapter 11, all of you that are Christians in the house, my goodness, what kind of faith is this one? We dey learn work, oh. We dey learn work for where this auntie dey.
I'm telling you, Sister B, you have no idea. This thing is deep. It is deep. As the woman they talk, I say, God. You know, somebody said in the comment section, there's a space in heaven for this woman. I guarantee you.
Yes.
There's a space in heaven. You see this kind of women, you don't hear about them. They are not out there. They're just living their
Unsung
life
heroes.
quietly.
They are the unsung
Unspoken
heroes.
heroes. Unspoken heroes. She nursed her child back to health. She did not care. She took her child with her wherever she went because she made a transaction with God and she saw to it that she got her own side of the deal. Hey! Omo, this is all the church I need for today.
Yes, so.
This is it. I'm telling you, this woman's testimony has it reached into the very depths of my being. I'm like, wow. I came to learn today. I did not come. I have no word of advice for that woman. Not what advice, please, I beg. I don't. The only thing I have is that every woman, I hope that everyone is opening their hearts and their ears. Your savior is not in the hands of your pastor. It is in the relationship with you and your source. If you don't know that now, you will never know it all, because you keep going to some man to pray for you, to come and help deliver you.
everybody will not marry. Everybody, no matter as we like him, everybody will not marry. Nobody should allow another human being to have so much control over them that they reduce you to nothing. We're all the same in the eyes of God. That woman don't talk and finish. We are all the same in his eyes. Respect, now we owe each other. The reason why God has a man is supposed, the purpose the man has to the purpose the man is supposed to fulfill in a woman's life is as protector. Because once the security, protector or security, once it is broken and much more, and that's not what we're talking about, I'm just singling out that very thing that matters. If the man that is supposed to be your protection now uses the weapon to bring your life to the very end, what's the point of marrying? What's the point of being in a relationship, for crying out loud?
There's something I want to bring out here, okay? And it's about upbringing. We often talk about how a lot of people are damaged. They are walking accidents waiting to happen, okay? And there was something I picked up from reading about this Mungu Park. He said he was brought up under very harsh conditions that included violence. Okay? So, because there's a reason why he is how he is, that he can, even though he managed to leave Kenya, he's living in the US now. He even has a girlfriend that is likely to give him permanent residence. But still, there is so much rage within this guy. There's so much anger in him. And we're talking about this issue not too long ago on this platform about the way we raise our children. How you raise your children. So this guy is a product of his environment, is a product of his parenting, how he was parented. So you see, even though he managed to leave Kenya to now he's in the America, now he's in the abroad now, but all that behavior does not leave him, because children, remember, they will relive their childhood. Everything, small thing is a trigger for them. He was controlling, and that's what Auntie picked up. He said, controlling behavior. Was telling her, you are making too much money. Was jealous. She said she's the one making all the money now, paying all the bills in the story I read out. She's the one now putting her son in daycare. She's the one now taking care of things, and this guy could not handle it. A normal person, if you have a partner or you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that is handling business, you will even be happy. You'll be supporting them. But because this guy is so damaged in his brain based on his background and how he was raised himself, it was an accident that was waiting to happen. Because look at the way he went about it. He went to buy, he went to the market to order it online, the G that he wanted to use. And the thing jammed.
God, when I heard that one, I felt that.
Testimony for the song, for this story, they're too plenty.
It's too plenty.
How many of them won't talk?
How many? We know what finish.
The thing jam. He face her like this, see me and see you. He points the thing to her, the G to her like this, to delete her. The thing jam. You know, come out.
Hey! Women ask questions, so know the person you want to put in your life. Ask questions.
That's right, because he already had a criminal record from another thing that he did. Remember, they said he was even going to appear to the judge the next month for another thing. He was already charged with assault for another incident.
Offense. Ask questions, Bikono. Ask questions. I pray that our mothers are listening and are having an open heart. All these unnecessary expectations, unnecessary pressure, to marry, to have somebody, to have children. What is the point of bringing children whose DNA is already messed up? Because they're going to live a cycle of the abuse all over again.
See another way that God delivered Elizabeth. Her son.
Yes.
She took her son to Kenya. Imagine if that boy was there.
Oh my God. He would have been dead.
I mean, this woman's story is something they should share in church when they say testimony time. Because this guy because the plan, according to, even it was in the story, but the auntie already told us, Elizabeth mom told us that his plan was to delete himself after deleting Elizabeth. So if the son was there, he would delete all three of them. But because the gun, the thing that he wanted to use didn't work, he jammed. He now started using hammer, and then Elizabeth started shouting. They called police, and so his plans went. The way he planned it didn't work. Everything scattered.
Yes.
That's when he started running. When he heard that, he called the police. My God. Hey, Elizabeth has 9 lives. This kind of woman, 100. She's still strong. I'm telling you.
You know,
because
the
of
mother
God
said,
that put her through.
Yes, but you know what the woman said that also resonated with me? The prayers of her mother, of her own mother. That is Elizabeth's grandmother.
Yes.
It believes that is that. I believe in that so much. Because your prayers, it depends on who stands in the gap in your family, who has been standing in your gap in your generation. There are things that are happening today that somebody prayed for way before you were even thought of, that you will be getting with ease. Because somebody else already prayed that prayer inside the bank. A lot of people, when they say prayer is very essential, the answer, when you will get it, might not be in your lifetime. You might not know who that prayer is going to answer for. There are things that I have enjoyed in my life that I continue to enjoy because I have an understanding of that somebody I discovered, like a great grandfather of mine, was a pastor in the village. He was a healer. Used to heal with what do you call that, local palm kernel oil. That's what they used to heal. There are certain things, all my cousins all over the world, we talked about this and we're like, did you guys notice this in your life? We all agreed. It resonated with me. It is so true. Your ancestors have already said prayers. Someone has already stood in the gap. You have to continue. That baton has been passed. You have to continue because who knows what could have become of Elizabeth today? Who knows what would have become of her? Those misses were not ordinary misses. They were not ordinary. Somebody has already stood in the gap and said, not in my lineage, not my children's children. None of this will happen to them. And that was what answered for her. Women.
All of us need to go and tie our ghetto of prayers. Intercessory prayer, Deborah, yeah. Prayers of intercessions, yeah.
I'm telling you.
On behalf of our generation, both born and yet unborn. Because Elizabeth's grandmother is not alive today now, but she's reaping from that prayer bank.
From that prayer.
That prayer bank she's reaping. Exactly. Thomas and sisters, are you guys here?
We are here, Auntie.
You're welcome. My kitchen cabinets. My kitchen cabinet is complete now.
Oh my goodness.
With Amoya here and you here, my kitchen cabinet is complete.
There are essential ingredients.
Yes. Yes, it's complete. What do I see for this matter?
And me make I talk first because I never talk since the whole week. I be make I sing. You want sing? Okay, sing. Thank you. Tell me make I sing.
Sing. Make I sing.
My eyes have seen. My ears have heard.
My mouth
will testify
the
goodness
of God.
Hey.
My mouth of Jesus.
Make a quick sing one Isha song where you call my mind right now.
We don't turn church.
We might as well.
Right
down. I'm a boste saborelu. Ore kaka, okaka nudo. What it means is there's nothing that God cannot do, no matter how hard it is, no matter, even if it's harder than a flint stone, harder than whatever stone you know, there's nothing that God cannot do.
Nothing. Nothing good that God cannot do. Because
God does not
is
do
a good
evil.
God.
He doesn't do evil. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Yo-yo.
First of all, I want to say congratulations for this victorious story. To Auntie Regina. To Auntie Regina, Elizabeth, and Nancy. All of them, I want to say congratulations for also finding it within themselves that they could also come here and share the story for all of us and all over the world to learn that God is indeed great. I also want to, on behalf of myself and my sister, virtually hug our beloved Omoye. Because when she came in and she started crying, I started stretching my hand from my bed. I said, how am I going to hug my sister in California?
And this is someone, yeah, I've never seen her so emotional before. Never.
I say when they go bring technology where be say if I stretch my hand through the computer, I can hug
from Canada. You go reach US.
All those people where they work for IT, maybe they go work on that technology because it's necessary.
If you see her and they hug you from inside computer now, you don't go faint.
At least 20 is for the week. When you see good thing like that.
Oh dear.
This story when Elizabeth Mama can't talk for here. Now waiting me and my sister they call intentional parenting. Elizabeth herself is an intentional mother for sending that her son back to Kenya to protect him. She was planning ahead. That thing went cock. Not be luck, oh. Now so God wants them. You know why?
God.
Because the man go practice. He go practice. He come for war front. For person when no they fight him. He say won't take out person when God don't bless.
Same
as Goliath. He no say na David he won't fight. I say, God say, today, the level don't change. The level don't change. The level don't change. The level don't change. You know why? Because he cock. The man say, he jam. He cock and he jam. Hey! He go use hammer waiting. God don't create. No human being born of a woman can hammer anything and say, okay, they will take it out. And in mama don't already they pray. My mama they do something wherever she did. He go raise him breast up. He go say, wherever my children dey, God, now you they see them. Oh. Now night for Nigeria, but now daytime for that side. Now you go deal with them. Mothers, use it. Pray for them because God they protect them.
Look, they raise our breast up.
My mama they raise them. I know that time when I did University of Ghana, one lecturer they disturbed me. He said, yo, send me the name and the picture. That's all I need. My mama go raise breast. He said, God, now this breast, now my pikin suck. Me and my husband struggle. We send them to school. He they work hard. This lecturer say, oh, he won't trespass. Now you go arrest the person. Mothers, there's power in praying. You are the bridge between God and man. Today's story, when this Elizabeth Mama can share, is beyond testimony. And the generational prayer, that is why we say, make mothers know they curse their children with their mouth. Can't go use their corner of their tongue, they pray. But they confuse us, the children.
Any negative thing when you talk, now straight you go answer. Now that one self the answer pass. Because devil stand in attention to the weight.
Exactly.
For you to talk negatively about your child.
Exactly. And wherever you are as a mother, you have to call their name. You have to say, my so and so child, you go great. Anything where they go, anywhere you dey, Nana blessings go follow you. They go, they feel and where then they. Wherever in the world where then they. Because that is the power and the grace God has given to you. Another thing about Elizabeth Mama be say, she know her source and the source of her strength and went into negotiation intentionally, as someone here talk. with the source of her strength, which is God. He not go ask another person to be middleman or middlewoman between herself and her God. He tell God, say, because God knows that himself go shame, because the woman do already keep her own side and is trusting in God wholeheartedly. Do you know what it is to travel from Africa without any hand holding? You can't go America. You can't reach hospital. You dey hear voices say, come and sign document, outside voices. But in her own mind and whole spirit, now her source voice, she dey hear say, this my child, when I speak, he go wake up. And until you can't connect them, reach that Lazarus story. Another thing be say, remember that centurion when tell Jesus Christ, say,
my child is at home.
My nine servant or something. Say make him heal.
No, nine child. He said, Lord, you don't need to travel, no need to come. He said, just say the word.
Just say the word.
Exactly.
He said, just say the word.
And when he reach there, wetin happen? They tell him say, at so time. At so time. If you don't know the source of your strength, when they talk and since these past few days, know who you are. Oh my God, go say identify the source of your strength. Go to the source of your strength, because we are all uniquely made in the image and likeness of God. He is the one that knows all languages. He understands us. He will come to you when you because if we dig into Elizabeth Mama life, we go see say he already get history with God when God never disappoints her. So she's able to trust beyond all human, beyond technology, beyond the science, beyond all reasonable doubt, that when I go in there, when I call my pikin, when I pray, my pikin go stand. He go wake up. He go start. Yes. I'm very thankful for this story. It's so strong. Me, I don't share it for WhatsApp. It's so strong. It's so powerful. Another thing with Elizabeth be say, that woman don't turn her pain to passion. You don't go write book. You don't go write book. They tell her stories. They tell her stories to everybody. Mothers, intentional parenting is beyond just finance. It's protection emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. It is an assignment that you have also bestowed upon yourself by the nature of you having a child. So wherever you are, use that power. Anywhere as you feel them. If you have to send the text, if they do, you send that text to your child. Whether they respond, they do not respond. They deposit them. The way the woman talks, say they deposit prayer. They deposit them. Because now reinvestment upon generation. Because how Elizabeth go get wisdom to say, I will send my child back to Kenya? Because she has been seeing it generationally of the protection and nurturing nature of a mother. Say, I will secure this child, then I will plan my escape to live. I am very, very thankful for them for coming to share their story. And to anybody, we know when they talk, say, they say live alive so that you can be able to share your story. Ella get her own statements.
I not get, I think Yo-Yo has said most of the things, so I'm not going to repeat what she has said. Because a word is enough for the wise and even the foolish. Because everybody will hear story of today, it must have reawakened something in you that is beyond what you usually go by every single day. Now, for every person listening to this story, again, for those who find themselves in toxic and abusive situations, every time with every story that goes by, we are asking and begging you to live a life. After listening to today's story with Nancy, Elizabeth, and Auntie Regina coming on here today, I have realized, and with my sister as well, that there are two ways for you to live a toxic situation, a toxic environment.
I was going to touch on that. Ella, thank you so much.
It is either you live a life or you live in a body bag.
And another thing, sorry to cut in, I was going to quickly add it there. You see how this Mongo Park found out that Elizabeth was going to leave? It's because she was planning it. And she was trying to take her name off the tenancy. Okay? Please, if you want to leave at once. Don't take time to be planning. No. Because they will find out. And that's where the danger is.
Be like Rita, who ran away.
Just leave at once. Whatever you can grab it, grab your child, just run. Because you can still take your name off the tenancy when you've left. He found out that she was taking her name off the tenancy while she was planning. She sent her son to Africa. Good. She tried to take her name off tenancy. The tenant, the people went and told him. That's how Mongo Park went and started looking for what he will use to delete her. So don't take time. Don't take time to be planning it. Just once you make up your mind, leave.
If now your passport, your picking passport, your credit card you have, move with it.
Because a lot of all these incidents that happen is usually when people are trying to leave or they've just left. That's what happens, because the Mongo Park will say, you can never leave me. Don't forget that these people are very they are unsteady.
They are unscrewed.
They are on what's the word for
their
it?
brains are gone. They're not
they're not okay. These people are not okay. And that's why I always say this is not a gender thing. It's not about bashing men. It's not, this man is not okay. He's not well. He's unhinged. And that's why he started planning on her birthday. 29th birthday, say today. He said that today you don't finish today. You don't go live reach see another birthday again. Elizabeth said when I see the G way ho, as he pointed out to me, I think of my son. I think of my siblings. I think of my mama. Because when death faces you, and that time you go know your mortality go flash for your eye like this.
Yeah, Auntie B. And these are the thing when I always shout for this platform. Toxic masculinity. The height of toxic masculinity is deleting of women. And frequent deleting of women is known as femicide.
See what though? Femicide.
Yo-Yo was reading about it 2 weeks ago. And we were learning about this thing. I don't hear it for classroom before. But as I hear these stories more, because they say now gender-based violence. Say you just delete person just because say you be insecure man, and you feel say you not be equal to a woman. So anything where the woman do, when you feel say they trespass on your place as man and your ego, you go say, now either me will go big past this one. If she not agree to be my subordinate, then I go delete them. You are a weakling. You are a weakling. You not be human being. As you not give life, so you not fit take life. You're not supposed to even think that kind of nonsense. As black men, they delete their own black women. When they're supposed to, they protect. When you're supposed to, they profess love to. The backbone of your society. The one, as my sister go talk am, when it be the bridge between God and man, you know what it means to be the bridge between God and man? It means say, without your womb, as God designed them, you won't be man today without your mama womb. You not say you not going to exist. So when you know that, you know peace. Everybody say the way they were raised. But there are also men that have been raised in toxic environments and they've dared to do better. They've dared to be better in their society and to be a source of strength. For example, in that America where people there is George Mathis, there is Tyler Perry, there is Barack Obama. Barack Obama, not be Papa Rezam. Now in white mama and in white grandparents, you tell you say you not get trauma. Is he not from Kenya? So when say woman won't do you for this earth when you say if they disrespect you say you won't take in life? Who you be? Who you be? Not be mama born you. If you know they respect your mama, respect the one when he give life. There is no excuse in the 21st century, in 2021, for any man to come out and say, I have bad behavior because of my upbringing. Because Google day, Bing day, Firefox day for you to search on how to begin to heal yourself. As Annie talk, Annie went give us the keyword Mongo Park. She say marriage, relationship, not be rehabilitation center. Deal with your trauma. You come out here and you say, oh, from the war, there was violence, there was this. Women too, they know they the war. Why are women daring to be different? Why are they going to school? In spite of all the trauma of what it means to be a girl and what it means to be an African girl, a black girl, living in Africa or anywhere in the world where you find yourself, women still dare to be different. That should be an inspiration to you as a man. I don't care what you have been through. I promise you, many more people have been through worse and they have dared to be different. What will be your story? Will your story be that of one, like this idiot when he walked in Elizabeth? So will it be like that of a man who, despite going through violence, he became one not to protect his woman, but one who inflicted pain on her? Will that be your story? Or will you be the man who dared to be different and join the league and calibers of people like George Mathis, Barack Obama, and Tyler Perry? And they tell these three men because they are the ones that are popular for the
Public
league.
figures. Yes.
Nobody will go say, as
Public
a
figure.
Kenyan, they don't know who Obama be. You know, if you tell me that one. So wherever you are, I don't care whether you're under the rock, you have a choice to be a good person. You just say we will be good people. It's not easy for us to do bad. To be bad is very simple. You can join the crowd and be a bad thing. But today, will you dare yourself to be good? Or you will continue to manifest that cycle of toxicity? If you be man, you never deal with your emotions or your trauma. Or you be woman and you are toxic and abusive to your man and your children and people around you. If you say you won't be toxic in human form, you won't be laburu, according to King of Boys woman, Oba, God's worst punishment to your person. I beg, stay by yourself. And most of all, not procreate. Not go add to the brokenness for this world. We as human beings will not deserve them. There's already too much. We need more kindness in the world. And if you cannot do that for the least, to say you go use something out of your story, say be great person, stay by yourself. No harm person. Go and learn as others have done so. And wow. You are doing a great job.
Ella, you were on fire.
Whatever you are doing, not ever undermine
you are
yourself.
on fire tonight.
Strength. I know say the strength na divine strength, but not ever undermine the work when you dey do. Because many people not fit do am. You dey sit down as NG talker, they move mountain. You dey move mountain, you dey UK, you dey move mountain for Africa. You dey Europe, you dey move mountain for North America. Different time zone, anywhere you stand, you move, you sit, you talk, you move mountain, you dey shake places. Don't ever underestimate the power that you carry.
Yeah.
Whether it's as a Obodoyibo, whether it's as a mom, as a wife, or as a job that you are doing, that to be, not underestimate the power when you do your body that's been given to you. And I thank you for using your life to bless other people's life, for serving your purpose, because you choose, you are the talker at be. You listen to your pikin. You start this YouTube channel. You don't know what's there in front of you. As be, you listen to the voice of the younger ones. You honor God and you say, as God talk and say, listen to these little children. It is harder for a camel, I be for a person to pass through the needle of eye. You know the talker for scripture, but you listen. You listen, at the be you listen. Not that.
I don't quote scripture. You don't quote scripture.
Everybody, people when they read Bible, you know what they talk about. If you don't know, help yourself with Google. Not me go train you for that one today.
Not me you be pastor today.
Not me be
but
pastor.
your passion come out. That's what I'm saying to now.
Maybe they tell us all these stories. We applaud you because we know say now more than once you hear the story. You go there and remember everybody name, everybody face. You just say no man. You don't know now. Now divine strength. I don't know why people they just don't be
Ella is on fire tonight, man. The story touch everybody.
Mothers, every time we go, they call mothers. Fathers, as people never talk to una today. You think because say you not get womb, your work not there here. As you provide sperm for that pikin, say that pikin come from your loins. You get work, oh. So as the mother they pray, you as man, you are not too big. You put your knees down. Anything when you want to raise, assuming they raise breasts, you raise chests. You better put your children into the hands of God. You say this word normal. It's not normal. And every day they grow worse. Wait till they see, unfortunately. So you better listen to your children. Fathers, you better tell them their story. Tell them who you are. Because if Papa they famous for school and he born pikin tomorrow, the pikin they famous. You're not gonna feel they flog that pikin say you they pay school fees, they pay because they famous. When you be Dundee, you tell your children their story because history that is not told is repeated. You save
Exactly.
your generation. So if you like not save your generation, now you for your grave go they turn. The
Thank you,
earlier
Ella.
you listen to advice, the better. Make I even slow down. No, they about.
Thank you, Ella. In fact, I never ever hear you talk like this before. This story is really bringing out the best in everybody tonight in terms of
I
their
become
passion.
person. You know, say I become
You're
person.
very calm.
I also
Very calm.
realize, say, I forget to tell people, say, may they like this video for the beginning, which be my normal duty. As
The
I
passion
look
too
the
much.
screen now, almost 1,000 people reach here. Una know they like this video. You think say it go better for you, eh? No worry, oh. Greetings to those who don't like.
Thank you, Ella. Thank you so much. That's why I share with you. Now, there was something I posted. I share with you guys.
We they watch them.
No, if you watch her, man, hold on, Yo-Yo. Well, one of the ladies there said, being a black woman,
it's trauma enough.
Being born a black woman is trauma.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
When I heard that thing yesterday, I reflected on it for a long time. Being born a black woman is trauma. Now the one where they born for Eastern Nigeria, where Papa go tell him mama say, you never born pikin, no, as long as you never born boy. Now that one would they talk? I been at the one where they go born for Southern Nigeria, where they go tell them say you cannot go to school because you are a woman. Now kitchen, you go end up for your husband kitchen. So no need to waste money on your education. Being born a black woman, especially an African woman, is trauma. So think about that. Okay? As women, let's think about that. Let's reflect on it with the way we treat each other as women.
More kindness.
Let us show love, encouragement, patience. Stop this judgmental attitude, because when we talk about all these things, women, we did the table too. We plenty for the table. Think about it. Everybody has trauma that they are carrying along. And for you brothers that are listening, our good brothers, because we know some are there. Even if you are not talking, we know that you are listening. Think about that with that next person that you are dating, the person that you are married to, the person that you are dealing with. Being born a black woman is trauma. Wow. Okay. You say what you want to more end. Yeah.
I just want to say you're looking so beautiful.
Hey, please allow me use my voice. And see, yo want to make it, they call her sweetie. Please. Now let me you go to call sweetie for this thing. Yeah, no go
both of them are my sweetie.
And I make it a tweaking voice like this.
Okay, you be my sweetie. Ella na my sweetie. Yo na my honey.
Auntie, be honey sweet past sweetie. I dey joke.
Auntie B, I just want to say you're looking so beautiful on this Sunday.
Thank you.
On this Sunday morning in Australia, afternoon in Canada,
and
afternoon in some parts of America,
and Monday in China.
And Monday in China. You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you so much.
I thank you for your strength. I thank you for your resilience.
Thank you.
I thank you for the way you are passionate about this thing. I thank you for being vulnerable when you are tired, to say you are tired, that you need rest.
And that you need help.
Yeah, and you need help. I thank you for that.
Thank
for
you.
Everything that you do. May God honor you.
Amen. Thank you, my darling.
Thank
you, my kitchen cabinets. Yeah. We wrap up
everything
now. We don't take 30 minutes pass.
I know everything common sisters have said, everything, especially in the last part of their statements to you. I second that. You look beautiful. I like the blue eyeshadow. Blue looks great on you, by the way.
Thank you. You see how important it is. I decided today I'm putting my camera on. No joke.
Yes.
When I read the story, I said, no, this auntie is coming. I gotta show my face. I have to try. You know, even though
they say that shirt and they see obodooyinbo for that.
Yes, now my merch now. My merch with this now. This is my merch. You know,
so we never buy before.
Yes, I've been switch and come out for YouTube because people know buy, so I just switch and come out. Don't let me buy them. I was the only one that bought it. I they buy them from myself.
Where did they buy them? You get websites.
No,
If you
it's
not there,
she's
Oh,
free
you
now.
go on YouTube. If you go, yeah, on her
If you there
screen, it
YouTube,
will
but
pop.
I'll put them back. Yeah, I'll
okay, I
Mm,
see
bet
it
put
back.
them back, make we see what we go where. As code
yeah.
don't they reach this place. So
Thank you, my
Yes.
darlings.
Yeah. So, I mean, thank you for another amazing show. For me, I have received my word for the day today from the Church of Obodoyibo TV Incorporated International, right? So, all I would say is that men and women, Obiko, let's spread more love, more kindness. If we not love ourselves, if we not do better, who we help? Who we help? Oh? So we need to be thinking ahead before we make any decisions, before we decide, say we won't bring person enter our life. Do your research. Ask a lot of questions. Use your question, drive them. If the real ones will say, because people are afraid to ask questions. Now it
So
makes
use
true,
your
true.
question, drive them. Oh
Use
my
them.
God.
Ask them questions to the point where they say, hey, now, wow. You understand? Find somebody who you can in your family, like that brother from Cameroon yesterday that said his sister introduced him. Let there be somebody in your life where you say, you have to meet this one. Or if you don't meet this one, we don't have anything to discuss. You need to have that because we need to start trying to reduce the change the circle around for good, not for just for ourselves, for the sake of those that are coming ahead of us. Let's try and do better now so that we can start to see results. It might
Yeah,
not happen in our time, but it will surely happen.
it will. It will. We'll just
Yeah.
continue to talk. It's
Yes,
just having these conversations,
right.
having people share. There was something also that came up in that thing that I shared with you guys. I shared it in all the platforms. If you've not
Right.
watched it, I encourage you to go and watch it. And it was talking about the power of being vulnerable.
Yes.
That you get your strength and it gives you the strength to start on a journey
Yes.
of your healing when you
yes.
are spoken.
Yes.
Eh? As I was watching, I was taking notes. Oh. I took
Yes.
notes.
No, it
I
was
took
very
notes.
powerful, very, very powerful. I was like, whoa, I was completely, because that's really it. We have to keep talking and raising the awareness. Say what we're doing right now is healed a lot of people, whether we like it or not. The people who have listened now and are better off. Some people are saying, oh my God, I was struggling in this area. Now I know I don't have to struggle. I need to really take it upon myself to do better. That's
Yeah.
all we can do. Everything not be fight, fight. Everything can't always doesn't have to be blood and fight.
Mm,
We can
mm.
start by building communities. And in the Black community, the Black women are very powerful for communities, especially because we get the loudest voice. Now we go fit gather people, they shout, they talk good. So we'll keep doing this by the grace of God. Thank you for your strength and thank you for what you do. And please take care of yourself because we love you. You are needed.
Thank
Yes,
you.
seriously.
But
So,
people funny. Oh, they say make I remove the guy face. I beg say they scared them. They say make
well,
I remove this bongo part. They say make I remove his face. You know they say I remove and they say make I remove. I say they scared them. So many people for comment section say, Auntie B, please can you check this picture? His face is scaring us.
and now because of the act when we hear say e do now. So wetin person they do, they talk for the face. So
Oh
as
my
you hear
gosh.
the story, so can't they look the face, you can't they turn to monster for your face. You know? That's how
Right
it
before
looks
our
like.
eyes. Mm.
Thank
All
you
right,
so much,
ladies.
Sister
Thank
B.
you so
Love
much.
Thank
you.
you. Love you
Thank
girls.
you,
Thank
Omoye.
you.
Thank
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 you.
you.
Have
you.
a wonderful
Yeah.
and a blessed week.
Thank
All of una wey
you.
dey the comment section, let this story be the gist when you go to your office. How was your weekend? Talk about this story
And share it.
and share it. If you not
Thank
share, man,
you.
now you know.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, my kitchen cabinets. I love you guys very, very much. I will not even trade you for anything in this world because you guys are just amazing. And they ginger me steady 247. So, my people, we're gonna end it here. I hope you've learned one or two things from Elizabeth's testimony and her mom sharing with us. And I hope you've learned. There are so many lessons in this testimony. Too many. And I hope you've learned. Okay. And I just want to end by saying that if you are still that person that is in an abusive relationship and you are suffering because there's no way you will enjoy it, and you are thinking, oh, I will change him. If I pray, it will change. If I fast, it will change. Maybe I'm not good enough. If I change my character, or if I change my way of life, if I stop making friends, if I do, no matter how you phrase it, abusers don't change. Okay? They never change because this is who they are. And it is not your job to fix anybody. Okay? It is not your job to fix another human being. Only God and the Holy Spirit has the power to transform lives. Not anybody. Okay? Except that person that comes to the realization of how damaged they are. And I use the word unhinged. Somebody was laughing in the comment section. It's not a joke. Yes, many people are unhinged, highly disturbed, unstable, and distraught. Unhinged. Yes. So run. Run for your life. Run. Stop hiding and thinking that, oh, hey, it will get better. Oh, maybe when my children go. Oh, don't wait to be deleted. And lastly, I'm just going to say that don't be planning it. Don't stay there and be planning it and say, okay, I need to do this first. I need to do this first. It starts with a slap. Don't wait. Even as, Auntie said, verbal. Somebody is always talking down on you. They're always disrespecting you for no reason. They look for opportunity to say negative things about you, to rubbish you. In public, they disgrace you. That's emotional abuse. I know a lot of you have been brainwashed, and marriage is a wonderful institution created by God, but God did not create marriage to be a war zone. He didn't create marriage to be somewhere where people are brutalized, where people are broken down in their spirits. See, if you don't know, let me tell you this. Abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, financial, it can cause mental health illness. It does. Not it can. There's evidence to support it. Research, repete out there. Google it now, Shebi. Yo and Ella was telling us just now about the power of using technology. Google it. Can you get mental health illness from abuse? Experiencing abuse? Yes, you can. So all the things that happen at the end of the day, it's going to accumulate. It will pile up and it will end up in being deleted. Some people are living, but they are already deleted in their spirits and in their soul. But you think you are living, you are not. And guess what? Your children are the ones that are suffering the most. I'm going to bring a friend of mine who is a children's social worker to come and talk to us about the impacts of children experiencing abuse, what it does to them. We're planning it. So please, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your children. Yes. When they grow up saying daddy always beating mommy always crying, mommy always crawling under the bed, you pretend. And when they ask you, mommy, what's wrong? You say, I'm okay. I'm okay. Children know. They observe. They see everything. You think they don't know, but they know. It's when they are adults that they will tell you that they knew everything. So please, make hay while the sun shine. You might not be as lucky as Elizabeth, because you're not Elizabeth's mother is not your mother. Elizabeth's grandmother is not your grandmother. So don't think you'll be as lucky as her or as blessed as she was. That she managed to escape with her life, even with a hammer that was lodged in her medulla oblongata. No joke. So yeah, let's do right. And if you're a brother out there listening to this, please protect your sisters. Protect your wife. Love and respect women. Women should be loved and respected. We are very, very delicate. We don't need all this, shouting, beating, all this. No, 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 no. The way you will love your own daughter, if you have a daughter, You love your own child. That same way you should love and respect your wife. Please don't do it. Don't. So if you are going to be able to help somebody who came earlier and talked about the Maryland issue, please reach out to me. My number is on the screen. Then I will link you to her. Okay? I'll link you to her. I'm going to take some time off from Tuesday, right? I'm going to take some time off from the live show. We're not going to have live show throughout next week from Tuesday. So we won't have it Tuesday, we won't have it Thursday, we won't have it Sunday. I don't know if I will extend it, but throughout this week, no live shows. I'm going to go and take care of myself, you know. So I'm going to me time, I'm going to have some me time. But I'm going to have a show tomorrow. And in that show, we're going to be talking about esteem. Okay, because I'm on holidays from tomorrow. Okay. So I want to have a show tomorrow. I want to leave you something before I go. You see, I'm a good person. I don't want to leave you hanging. So I'm going to leave you with something to hold on to. We're going to be talking about esteem tomorrow. So there's a lot that goes into it. Self-esteem. Yes. We'll talk about it tomorrow at 7 p.m. Okay? So join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. and then we'll do that show. And then I'll say au revoir. Au revoir. I'll kiss you guys and hug you virtually. And I will see you another time. Thank you so much for being here. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you have never liked any video before, this one, if you are in this comment section or you are watching and you didn't like this video, I don't know what to say. You need to, because this was powerful. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to all the contributors. Thank you, Auntie, for being here. May God bless you and may God keep you. You will live long. You will see your great grandchildren. The Lord will preserve Elizabeth and all her siblings. The Lord will keep you. You will reap the fruit of your labor in Jesus' name. Thank you, Nancy, for introducing me to Auntie and for being here yourself. God bless you, sis. I love you very much. And everyone that's contributed tonight, thank you very much. Have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early at 7 p.m. UK time. Have a good evening. I love you. Bye-bye.